Turn it off.
Are we starting? Is it 8 o'clock?
We are. Sorry, I should have warned you, but I couldn't find the chat.
Hi, everybody. Oh, shit. Am I on?
Whoa!
All right. Should have put pants on. Damn it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Farms Performance Lane for January 2023. My name's Smitty. I'm not your host. Joe Jenks is your host. He's a much better host than I am. Annie Capps is your tech person. She does all the important stuff. I just hang here for about 30 seconds and look good. I'm really glad you're here. Thanks for being here. Besides the people you saw in the lineup, we have a couple of bonus performers who you will meet soon, Dan Kalkbrenner and Carl Solomon. And we're going to do this every month until at least July, 4th Thursday. So you're going to have a ton of fun tonight. Chat in the chat with all of us and with each other if you're on the Zoom. And then we'll see you again next month on the 4th Thursday of February, which my calendar tells me is the 23rd. And that's enough. Joe Jenks. Joe is an awesome dude. You're going to get to know him a little bit. He's your host. He's also going to perform for you. Take it away, Joe.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it, Smitty. And thanks, Annie, for wrangling all the tech behind the scenes. Thanks to Farm, Folk Alliance Region Midwest, all the volunteers that keep this branch of Folk Alliance happening. What a beautiful thing it is. I'm delighted to be here both as a performer and as your host this evening. We have an extraordinary lineup of musicians tonight, and I hope you'll stick around. It's going to be in total about a 2-hour program. I hope you'll stick around and hear all of these wonderful artists. I'm going to start out with a couple of songs off my newest album. It's called The Coming of the Years, and that's the title of this song, a song I wrote while I was on tour in the mountains of County Kerry in Ireland. When I first came here to wander these mountains, my heart was tattered and sore. Ever the rover and all the world over, no land ever felt like a home. But here in the crags and the bogs and the valleys, I found some measure of ease, where the song of the wind is as sweet to behold as the beautiful rose of Tralee. And it's high up and over the mountains of Kerry that I love so dear. I don't know when I will see you again in the coming of the years. I have been blessed to live a good life. I can count my friends by the score, and I have shared meals and moments of kindness. God willing, I'll know many more. But when the burden I've chosen to shoulder is more than I can stand, I find that my thoughts wander back up to Kerry, that rugged and beautiful land. And it's high up and over the mountains of Kerry that I love so dear. I don't know when I will see you again in the coming of the years. When I have traveled all of my journeys and sung all of my songs, when I have given the best that I have and righted most of my wrongs, then take me back to the place that I love. Let me gaze out over the sea. Take me back to the mountains of Kerry and let my spirit run free. And it's high up and over the mountains of Kerry that I love so dear. I don't know when I will see you again in the coming of the years. And it's high up and over the mountains of Kerry that I love so dear. I don't know when I will see you again in the coming of the years. I don't know when, but I'll see you again in the coming of the years. And I'll play one more song off the new album. Thank you. This is called Winnipeg 1919, and the theme of the new album is really exploring my dual Irish and U.S. citizenship. So you say, why Winnipeg? But James Connolly, the famous Irish revolutionary, spent a lot of time in the United States, 9 years, in fact, studying organizing tactics in the U.S. and in Canada. And a lot of his compatriots were involved in the Winnipeg General Strike. Was 1919, and all around the world people started marching with their victory flag unfurled. We've shed our blood on battlefields, enslaved in deep dark mines. We rally to the banner, bread and roses, it's our time. Come gather, fellow workers, and raise your voices strong. We rise today in Winnipeg to sing our victory song. Europe and to Canada, across the USA, we cry out for justice and for fair and equal pay. All sisters and brothers and all workers here unite. We strive for one big union and defend our common rights. Come gather, fellow workers, and raise your voices strong. We rise today in Winnipeg to sing our victory song. Halifax and Thunder Bay to the Fraser River shore, Seattle, San Francisco, and Chicago hear us roar. From Boston on to Dublin town are heard the people's cries. No more to drudge in either when the workers organize. Come gather, fellow workers, and raise your voices strong. We rise today in Winnipeg to sing our victory song. Some of us were born of means and others not a dime. We spend our lives in service to a cause we hold sublime. All laborers in commonwealth, now let our voices say that one way or another we will bring the greater day. Come gather, fellow workers, and raise your voices strong. We rise today in Winnipeg to sing our victory song. Here's to Big Bill Haywood, Mother Jones, and Eugene Debs, along with Emma Goldman and Joe Hill and all the Reds, and all those fellow travelers who beckon to the call. An injury to one of us is an injury to all. Come gather, fellow workers, and raise your voices strong. We rise today in Winnipeg to sing our victory song. struggle here, but sure as hell we'll try. For the future of our children, we are steadfast by and by. It's only when our minds are joined with muscle we can stand and bring to birth a new world, arm in arm and hand in hand. Come gather, fellow workers, and raise your voices strong. We rise today in Winnipeg to sing our victory song. Come gather, fellow workers, and raise your voices strong. We rise today in Winnipeg to sing our victory song. We rise up all around the world and sing our freedom song. Thank you so much. What an immense pleasure to be here this evening, both as a performer and as your host and MC. Up next, Helen Austin, half of the duo, the Big Little Lions. She claims to be the smaller half, but I would say creatively, she certainly holds her own. She is in no way the smaller half. And she joins us this evening from Comox Valley in British Columbia. A nice segue there from Winnipeg to BC. And I put a question out to all the artists. If they could have a cup of coffee with any artist, living or dead, who would they choose? And Helen chose David Bowie for all of his extraordinary creativity and the fact that his mind was always at work on something. So thank you so much, Helen. Take it away.
Well, hello, and I do have Paul with me just on the wall there. Paul on the wall.
Oh, very nice.
Word of Health on the shelf. It's now Paul on the wall. So we're busy writing a new album. We've written most of it right now, and it's going to be cut out in the summer. And so I thought I'd play a couple from that. And this is a song which is coming out in February 8th. So maybe I'll stick the pre-save in the chat. You know, Spotify and all that stuff. Anyway, this song, I'm going to start on a down, I'm afraid, because this is about my horribly dysfunctional relationship with my parents and having to go no contact many years ago. And I've started a TikTok page about it, and it's kind of blown up. So there's a lot of us out there. So this is called Worth the Time. My heart was an open book you never cared to read. No glance, no second look, opinion preconceived. My cover said, pick me please, my dedication bare. No waiting, no late fees, while I was waiting there. On the middle shelf, not hard to find, my little story is worth the time, I'm worth the time. My piece is borrowed, my spine is worn, and after I'm returned, my pride is swallowed, my page is torn from something new I learned. So put me in a place where I belong, in the company of others who keep me upright, steady and strong. On the middle shelf, not hard to find, my little story is worth the time, I'm worth the time. Oh, 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 oh. On the middle shelf, not hard to find, my little story is worth the time. On the middle shelf, not hard to find, my little story is worth the time, I'm worth the time. Now I closed your account, 'cause I no longer need put you in a story that you didn't care to read.
Mm.
The whole album is about, no, I was going to say it's about my dysfunctional family. It's not. It's about time. We're calling it AM PM. It's from the beginning of the day to the end of the day. This is going to be, I think, the final song on the album, because this is for all the insomniacs out there, all the people who run through the day in their head and just like, why did I say that? I'm sure none of you are like that. I'm not like that at all. I sleep like a baby. Anyway, this one is called Why Won't My Brain Stop? And it's got a bit of an earworm, I think. So if you want to sing along, I'd like to see some mouths move. Let's have to remember how it goes. It's the first time I've ever played it. When I turn out the light, when my body's had enough, I wait for the dark to close in. When will my thoughts shut up? Oh, they'll be here soon, these fraught intruders. Why won't my brain stop? 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 There's no high, there's no drug to turn the volume down. And I'm not asking for much. I need a couple of hours. I can only dream of dreams. Why won't my brain stop? 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 The moment I drift away, the minute I recall what I messed up today. Why won't, why won't, why won't, why won't, why won't my brain stop? 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 Stop. When I turn out the light, when my body's had enough.
Yeah, beautiful.
Oh,
Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, well, I'm very excited to hear about the new album. Tell us again the name of it. Oh, we lost you. It muted.
That's really weird.
Interesting.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Helen. Good thing it happened now, not later.
Yeah, we just lost you. Anyway, really excited to hear that you're doing another album. That's great news. And the two of you do such amazing work together. Thanks for being here with us this evening. Up next, we have Mike Green. Mike is joining us from Ann Arbor, Michigan, and Mike is known to many in the folk world for his extraordinary and conscientious work as an artist representative, as an agent for several decades. But he's really putting his focus on music these days. And so we're so glad to have Mike with us. I asked Mike, put the question out, who he would like to have a cup of coffee with. And he said after all those years of representing so many amazing artists and all the other artists that he had met over the years as a result of being an integral part of the folk music community, that he couldn't possibly pick one. And I totally respect that. Mike, take it away.
Thank you. Actually, Utah Phillips, I would like to bring him back and have some more time with him, but
I can get behind that.
Yeah. So this is one of the songs I've written since the beginning of the pandemic. And I think this is a world premiere. Not that I've played all that many gigs again, but the sun blinds me in the morning. I forgot to pull the shade, so I try to rise and smile and greet the day. Too many possibilities, it could go high or low, and almost all my faith in disarray. Disarray, disarray, almost all my faith in disarray. And it isn't opportunity if you don't have a choice. Free will's not a gift tied up with string. And if everything can happen, chances are that nothing will. So to beat the odds, I'll try most anything. Anything, anything. To beat the odds, I'll try most anything. And I must be in the running for the Darwin Prize, 'cause tomorrow I'll be dumber than today. What's that world to say about that Darwin Prize? Yay! Does cause lead to effect, or the other way around? All we learned in school is probably wrong. And it's taken half our lives to try and figure these things out. And all we know is right here in this song. In this song. In this song. All we know is right here in this song. When I showcased it at Farm, being relatively inexperienced in recent years, I did get cut off during my 2-song set, so I timed this one out. This one is a good sing-along song. It's my nod to Kumbaya culture. But I want to see y'all singing with harmonies. Listening for the bell that calls me home, the bell that calls you home too. Listening for the bell that calls me home, the bell that calls you home too. Everything's so loud that I can't hear the words, so I listen for the sounds I recognize. The traffic and the TV and the baby's cries. Can almost hear the music in your eyes. Listening for the bell that calls me home, the bell that calls you home too. Listening for the bell that calls me home, the bell that calls you home too. I just got distracted seeing an old friend come on here. Hi, Phyllis. It totally threw me off. What's the sweetest sound you don't have to strain to hear? It's being the quietest person in the room. You sit there like a yogi at the top of the hill, savoring your solo honeymoon, listening for the bell that calls me home, the bell that calls you home too. Listening for the bell that calls me home, the bell that calls you home too. The bell that calls you home too. For whom does the bell ring, whose life might it preserve? It trumpets and it echoes all around. You hear it if you listen, if you shut out all the noise. You feel it as you slow the speed of sound. Listening for the bell that calls me home, the bell that calls you home too. Listening for the bell that calls me home, the bell that calls you home too. The bell that calls you home too. Thanks.
Nice. Very nice, Mike. Have you released any albums?
No, I am planning to record an album in April. Going out to Minnesota, record with some of my favorite musicians. So, yeah, I'm
Fantastic.
in sort of pre-production stage now.
I'm very glad to hear that. That was beautiful. Thanks for joining us this evening.
Thanks.
Up next, we have Dave Boutet and Christy Davis. So glad to have them with us this evening. They are joining us from Dexter, Michigan. How's it going at Dexter tonight? Excellent. I'm not sure we can hear you, just for what it's worth. And they are known.
It's going great in Dexter.
It's going great in Dexter. We got a lot of nice, heavy snow.
Nice. Well, we're so glad that you're with us here tonight for this wonderful evening of music. The two of you are known for songcraft and harmony. And when I put forth the question about what musician, living or deceased, you would love to sit down and have a cup of coffee with, you said Smokey Robinson. Yes. Very cool. In specific, because of all the stories that Smokey could tell you about the early days of Motown. that he was really creative, a great songwriter, known to be a really nice guy. But yeah, all those early stories of Motown and what it was like back in the day. So I thought that was totally cool. Please take it away, Dave and Christy.
Thank you so much, and thanks for hosting. That's really sweet of you. Sweet of you. All right. This is the very first song that I ever wrote for a songwriters group. I joined the Songsmiths, and I wanted to make a good first impression. And the prompt was the word gravity, and so this is a song. This is a song called Gravity. Ready, sweets?
Here we go.
There we go.
Take my hand, we can take off. When they say you can't be up there, we'll tell them you can join us if you dare. I'll bring on the bliss, it's times like wet kiss, and all that sinking from all that thinking just flies away. You land on your feet on your favorite street, hitching your dreams to a rumble beat, while the neighbors are singing to the church bells, ringing a cabaret. Hard and your days are long, and your thoughts keep drifting, and your heart needs lifting to a higher place. We'll call up the crew of just me and you. We'll find a spot on the map with a pretty good view, and we'll start dreaming and we'll start scheming a holiday. My hand, we can take off. When they say you can't be up there, we'll tell them you can join us if, yeah, you can join us if, yeah, you can join us if you dare.
See.
All right. This one, this next one is a little finger pick song that is, it's about a 500-pound bell that hangs in a one-room schoolhouse in Mansalona, Michigan. It's a schoolhouse that's owned by our friend Johnny Williams, and I wrote a song about the bell that hangs in his schoolhouse way up there in northern Michigan. You know, on the map of Michigan, it's going to be, oh, kids, I think it's going to be way up here, way up there. All right. This is called the Medicine Bell. Where the pines grow tall and the water's cool, there's an iron bell in a one-room school. You wanna stop crying, you wanna get well, get up and ring the medicine bell. There's 4 steps up to an open door. It's been this way 100 years or more. Cities grew and cities fell to the tune of the medicine bell. So reach right up, grab the rope, in the name of tenderness and hope. Your wounds will close, your heart will swell when you ring the medicine bell. As sure as rain gonna crack a stone, oh, worry's gonna reach down to your bones. Everyone gets wet, it's just how you take it. You might get soaked, or you might shake it. The bell hangs high, and it rings true from the springs of the Jordan to the mouth of whatever's eating you. Jonah and the whale and the tales we tell to deliver us to the medicine bell. So reach right up, grab the rope. In the name of tenderness and hope, your wounds will close, your heart will swell. When you ring the medicine bell, oh, I hear crying deep in the pine. Could it be the ghost of someone left behind? The world is rough, man, that's nothing new. From Eden and the apple right down to me and you. Better show a little muscle, stay on your toes, not just take a minute. You listen close. Whoa, in the city where they pound the steel, out on the highway and the whirring of the big rubber wheels and the rattling bars of a lonely cell. Everybody hears a medicine bell, so reach right up, grab the rope. In the name of tenderness and hope, your wounds will close, your heart will swell. When you ring the medicine bell, when you ring the medicine bell, when you ring the medicine bell.
Yay. Nice. So beautiful. Y'all are very...
Oops, I'm sorry. Sorry, Joe. Wait, I pushed.
you've been very efficient. If you have time, you can do one more short song if you want to.
Oh,
What do we got?
a short one.
Gotta be 2
Here
minutes.
we go.
I don't know what he's playing, but
Get up, get up, get up, get out of bed. We got stuff to do all day. Get up, get up, get up, you sleepyhead. Here's a kiss now on your way. Time for leaving Dreamland, honey. I can't let you sleep no more. Pop the toast, the eggs, us, honey. Let's hear those feet. Let flow now. Get up, get up, get up, get out of there. We got stuff to do all day. Get up, get up, get up, you sleepyhead. Here's a kiss now on your way. Ah, don't feel let me go. You moan and cry most every morning. The world's a great big rodeo. Now grab that bull right by the horns and get up, get up, get up, get out of bed. We got stuff to do all day. Get up, get up, get up, you sleepyhead. Here's a kiss now on your way. There's no reason to be blue when birds are singing in the trees. Coffee, yeah, splash will do. Get your hat, your coat, your keys, and get up, get up, get up, get out of bed. We got stuff to do all day. Get up, get up, get up, you sleepyhead. Here's a kiss now on your way. Get up, get up, get up, get out of bed. We got stuff to do all day. Get up, get up, get up, you sleepyhead. Here's a kiss now on your way.
Everybody needs a minute to have salt.
Awesome.
That's great. Beautiful. Thanks so much for being with us, Dave and Christy. What a treat.
Our pleasure.
Yeah. So up next, we have Brant Miller. And Brant joins us from Nashville, Tennessee. Brant is an award-winning songwriter known for his songs that range from romantic to rowdy and from topical songs to the hilarious, informed by his roots in blues and bluegrass and folk. And to the question that I put forth about who he would enjoy having a cup of coffee with, unambiguously he answered Woody Guthrie, because Woody had so much to say about so many things, and it would have been an interesting conversation. I'm guessing everybody in this room would feel that way as well. Thanks so much for joining us this evening. Brant, take it away.
All right. Well, thank you, Joe, and everybody for coming here. And I saw somewhere that my mom and my sister were watching on. So hello, Mom and Sally, and any other friends who are out there. I'm going to start with one fairly recent song, and kind of based on way me and a lot of folks probably are feeling these days. There's there's not much that's looking up these days. The news can bring you down so many ways. When it feels like 10,000 pounds on my back, I stop and look around, and I take a minute to count all my blessings and think of all the grace that I've been shown. I close my eyes and think of better times. Yes, I take a minute so I can carry on. I keep plowing on to leave my mark. A little trail of light here in the dark. When it seems I've reached one more dead end, I remember time can be my friend. And I take a minute to count all my blessings and think of all the grace that I've been shown. I close my eyes and picture better times. Yes, I take a minute so I can carry on. And on the day I say my last goodbye, I'll pray I've left this world a better place, and I will take a minute to count all my blessings and think of all the grace that I've been shown. I'll close my eyes and picture better times. Yes, I'll take a minute so I can carry on. Yes, I'll take a minute before I'm carried on. Thank you. Got to do a quick harmonica change here. It's been a while since I've done one of these Zooms here, so it's kind of shaking off the rust, the technological rust. But anyway, here's a song that I co-wrote with a great writer named Will Kimbrough. It's part of a project with Climate Music Project and Music Declares Emergency, which is trying to get some songs written to address the climate crisis and to kind of inspire people to do something. So this is a song that came out of it, and we're hoping to release it a little later this year, but this is how it goes. I wanna be cool, it isn't a joke to walk in the woods without all the smoke. I love to swim, but not in a flood. We can't grow a crop down in the mud. I wanna be cool and get the job done, so we don't get left out to bake in the sun. Let's plant some trees, make some shade, from the ground up. That's how change is made. I wanna be cool, how about you? Together there's not one single thing we couldn't do. And if you wanna sing along, take care of the earth, each other too. Working together, we all can be cool. I want to be cool, it's gotten too hot. I'm joining the movement to save what we got. So every girl and every boy can live a good, long, healthy life, find some joy. I want to be cool, how about you? Together there's not one single thing we couldn't do. Take care of the earth, each other too. Working together, we all can be cool. Leaders, it's time to lead. Listen to your people in need. The whole world is sweating this out. Can't you hear your kids starting to shout? I wanna be cool, how about you? Together there's not one single thing that we couldn't do. Take care of the earth, each other too. Working together, working together, working together, we all can be cool. I wanna be cool. I wanna be cool. Thank you so much.
Bravo. I'm very curious what specific aspect of the environmental movement most speaks to you personally.
Well, I'd have to say, of course, climate change is the one issue that is so large and going to affect everybody and our children, grandchildren for many years. We have to do something about it now, but I was a forester. I guess I still am in my career, and always was had a.
And what does that mean for those that might not know that word?
That's forester. I actually studied and went to school to help manage the forest for different wildlife and for any timber and any need that people have. But I've gotten very involved in restoration, urban forestry, canopy restoration, and stream protection. So there's so many things today that you really have to take care of everything, and locally and at every level.
Well, thanks for blending those two passions of yours, care of the environment and your love of music, into one thing for us tonight. That was beautiful.
Thank you, Joe. Really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
I'm sure Woody would be pleased. Coming up next, we have Claudia Russell and Bruce Kaplan. And we're so delighted to have them join us this evening from Richmond, California. Claudia and Bruce have been making music together for over 20 years. They travel all across the U.S. and I imagine parts of Canada. So buckle up and take a ride with them. When asked about favorite performer, somebody that you'd want to have a cup of coffee with, I have to say I was very touched by the answer. I was very moved by this answer. Claudia said her father, Val Rosing, did I pronounce that right?
Yeah,
Rosing,
that's him.
Who was a professional singer in the 1930s. She'd want to ask him about his favorite moments and what it felt like to sing, physically and emotionally, and maybe some disappointments in his life and how he managed that and what some of his touring experiences were. that hit me very deeply. I buried my father when I was 19 and my mother when I was 24. And I'll tell you, if I could go back and have a cup of coffee with anybody, it would be to sit down with the two of them and, at the age that I am now, and just say, okay, how did you do it?
Yeah.
So,
no, I totally hear you.
I was very touched by that. There's a great answer. And
thank you. Go ahead.
No, is there information out there about your father, about Val?
Oh yes, on our thing, and yeah, he had a good career with the BBC, and I wish I'd sort of known the questions to ask was my thought, and at first I came up with a bunch of other people, but I've lately really been thinking about him. And like, what was it like for you? And I was just about to turn 15 when he died, so I really didn't know to ask any questions.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that he's very proud of all that you have done in your life with your music, and you've touched so many hearts.
Thanks.
So Claudia and Bruce, take it away.
Okay, well, we're going to do a couple songs. The first one is from a project that I'm working on from this songbook called The Golden Robin. And I don't read music, but there's lots of it in there. And so my friend suggested that I write my own music. And I've got about five of these songs done now. And I changed things a little bit because some of the words are...
It's about 150 years old, this songbook.
Yeah, it's 1863, 68. So this one I added the last verse to it and wrote the music too. So it's called Prairie Child. I'm gonna play my little tenor here and see how far we get on that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out upon the prairie, out upon the prairie, broad and wild and free, stands my father's childhood home. It's where I love to be. There the roses blossom, there the grass is high. They bow their heads and whisper as the wind blows by. Oh, the prairie, broad and wild and free. Oh, the rolling prairie is the home for me. Out upon the prairie, often do I stray. I watch the lights and shadows flicker through the day. I listen to the insects humming in the grass. I watch them hop before me as I lightly pass. Oh, the prairie, broad and wild and free. Oh, the rolling prairie is the home for me. Prairie, my father's spirit roams. A red-winged blackbird from on high sweetly calls him home to the other promised land in the endless sky. I know he's watching over me through the darkest night. Oh, the prairie, broad, wild, and free. Oh, the rolling prairie is the home for me. I got the words written on the side of my tenor for that one. Well, this is was written during the pandemic, and it's about this pencil here called a Blackwing Palomino. And John Smith, I went to a little workshop that he holds and was gifted this pencil, Blackwing Palomino, and was just literally going like this one day, wondering what to write about. And I swear it just went from the pencil into my brain. And
It is a pencil with a pedigree.
yeah, made here in California in Stockton. So 1, 2, 3. Blackwing Palomino, it has the smoothest ride. Words gallop from her soft black lead notebook pages fly. Her dictionary sidekick always travels by her side. A Blackwing Palomino, that's my favorite ride. Chuck Jones and Leonard Bernstein, they rode along that path. And old John Steinbeck sharpened up and wrote the Grapes of Wrath. Cartoons of Seamus Culhane, they say his is buried at his side. A Blackwing Palomino, it was his favorite ride. Ticonderoga, Bics, and laptops, they all get it done. And some still bang it out on an Underwood number 1. From incense cedar and standing 2 hands high, the replaceable square eraser, well, it never leaves a sign of residue from the softest Japanese graphite, wax, and clay. It always gets right to the point. I use one every day. Ink-stained hands from fountain pens, ugh, never any fun. And that Underwood really weighs you down, son, when you're on the run. But a Blackwing Palomino, it has a flawless stride, and that 2-step long point sharpener's something you should really try with metaphor and simile, riding shotgun at her side. Blackwing Palomino, that's my favorite ride. Blackwing Palomino, that's my favorite ride. Hee-haw! Sharpen up, gals. Let's write. Yeehaw. Thanks, everybody.
Wow.
Little spaghetti western.
Oh, it's brilliant. Educational, informative.
And you get to go hee-haw.
Oh, great writing, great playing. Thank you so much for that.
Thanks, everybody.
Up next, we have Michael and Nell, Michael August and Nell Levin. They're joining us from Nashville, Tennessee, as I understand it. And Michael and Nell meld crafty songwriting with social commentary and sprinkle in some light-hearted songs to, quote, take the edge off, as Labor singer-songwriter Joe Hill put it. Joe Hill said a lot of other great things. Don't mourn, organize. Thanks.
Joe Hill. I think you know that, Joe, right?
Yeah. And he, one of my favorite lines of Joe Hill is that he said that he wrote songs to comfort the afflicted and afflict the comfortable. And I thought that was beautiful. When asked about who you'd love to have a cup of coffee with, you said Bob Dylan, because you got to know him a little bit back in the day in the Village, which I thought was pretty amazing because, you would have been like 5 years old. So, that was that was impressive to me. But anyway, please take it away and share whatever you've got for us this evening. Thanks so much.
Yeah, I did. That's one of my claims to fame, that I actually did hang out with Bob Dylan for a while. Back when he was just getting started and we were just kids and, running around every night and playing music together and stuff, me and my old partner. So, okay, so we're going to start out here with a song about Henry David Thoreau, and I'm sure all you literate people out there know who Henry David Thoreau was. He wrote that famous book called Walden, and so this is a song about his life, and it was co-written with a guy named Rick Swagoda, who was an ex-New York City cop, believe it or not, and he wrote the lyrics on this one, and it's called Light in the Forest.
Yeah, and Henry David Thoreau was actually one of the first environmentalists.
He was one of the first environmentalists. He was also one of the first anti-war resistors. Mm-hmm. He refused to pay his taxes because he didn't support the imperialistic Mexican War of 1846 to 48. So he's quite a guy. And so we go into some of that history in this song.
I want to give a shout out to Brant Miller too, our buddy.
Yes. Here we go.
Ready? Okay. Whoops. Take two. Search the woods for a simpler way. Mindful of fire and berries for supper and truth for the pages you wrote every day. You gave the world a light in the forest, simple reflections on wall and pond. You gave the world a light in the forest, destined to shine on the world beyond. Your hut by the ponds now, a pile of rubble, where pilgrims contribute one stone at a time. For 2 years you lived there, alone in the forest. You made it your home, we've made it a shrine. You gave the world a light in the forest, simple reflections on wall and pond. You gave the world a light in the forest, destined to shine on the world beyond. You died believing your life was a failure, verses and journals all written in vain. But 100 years later, your light is still shining, and millions of people are touched by your flame. You wrote the book about simplified living, respecting nature, protesting war. You wrote the book about passive resistance, that Gandhi would quote while he sat on the floor. You gave the world a light in the forest, brilliant reflections on wall and pond. You gave the world a light in the forest, destined to shine on the world beyond. when he was in jail, and
Yeah, when he said, you guys probably know this quote, when he said to Ralph Waldo Emerson came to the jail and said, "What are you doing in there, Henry?" And he said, "Henry, what are you doing out there?" That's one of the famous quotes about Thoreau. So we're going to do a song that I wrote, and it's called "Talking with Their Hands," and it goes like this.
and second verse. Should fill in that
Oh, the second verse is about this woman, Heather Whitestone. She was deaf, and she was the first disabled person who became Miss America, and that's what the second verse is about.
And the third verse, if you're not familiar with, is about Habitat for Humanity. And the first verse is self-explanatory.
He's always shy and quiet when you talk to him off stage. But when he strokes that fiddle, he's got a lot to say. Oh, he plays with soul and fire and a voice that must be heard. He'll make you cheer and make you cry and never say a word. He does his talking with his hands, coming from the heart, speaking so we all can understand. He's touching us, talking with his hands. In a classroom full of children who have never heard a sound, there's a beauty queen who dared to dream she'd someday wear a crown. Like them, her world is silent, but her story's full of hope. She tells a lie, will take them anywhere they want to go. She does her talking with her hands, coming from the heart, speaking so we all can understand. She's touching us, talking with her hands. A plumber and a lawyer, a waitress and a priest, all pitched in to build a house for a poor family. Oh, hungry, sore, and smiling. By the time that they were through, they don't brag about their work. That's not what they do. They do their talking with their hands, coming from the heart, speaking so we all can understand. They're touching us, talking with their hands. Oh, they're touching us, talking with their hands.
That's great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. So great to have you with us. Up next, we have Bart Moore. And Bart is joining us this evening from Grand Ledge, Michigan. And Bart says that his personal mission is to explore what music would look like if Burl Ives and Captain Beefheart had played on the same Little League team. And that certainly leaves a lot of room for interpretation there, my friend. When asked what musician he would want to have a cup of coffee with, if he could. It was Robin Hitchcock, so that he could ask him, do you do acid regularly, or are you just naturally like that? And here's where I have to own my own radical ignorance. I don't know who Robin Hitchcock is. So you're going to have to fill me in on that.
All right. Robin Hitchcock's a piece of work. I played in bands in San Francisco for a while, and my band played a venue where Hitchcock did an acoustic set. And his between-song banter is something else. You get the impression that either he or both of you are hallucinating, and you're hoping it's just him. But I love his music. But at any rate, I'm going to do a couple of songs about summer, just to help me forget about winter. This first song I wrote, it's called The Old Summertime. Blue moon, August night, ambient light on the ground, sweet harmonica, gin and tonic, the eight wave holds the town. John Sebastian sings that song, the jackhammer rattles in rhyme. I remember the heat and the light of the old summertime. The baseball infield grows in brown, the sky gives no rain. Wasn't that Carl Yastrzemski facing down Denny McLean? The Ernie Harwell crackling radio, beer bottles clang like chimes. I remember the heat and the light of the old summertime. When Betty wears her summer clothes, slippery Bob feels a tingling in his toes. Uncle Art with his golf clubs, $4 bottle of beer. The fairways groom like a rich woman's hair, the rain like a goddess's tears. He bogeyed number 17, but he birdied number 9. I remember the heat and the light of the old summertime. I remember the heat and the light of the old summertime. All right. Yeah. Baseball and summer go together like Laurel and Hardy. Like Annie and Rod. And this song is inspired by the greatest baseball shrine in America. Not Yankee Stadium. Sorry, Smitty. No, I speak of Wrigley Field in North Chicago, which is the home of my beloved Chicago Cubs. This is called Tuesday Afternoon at Wrigley Field. They had a rotten time in Pittsburgh. El Sole got roughed up and rocked. Hits there were many, home runs aplenty. Couple of them landed in the Allegheny. Leave that last game in the hotel bar. It's a long way back to O'Hare. Giants come to town for a 3-game set. To the friendly confines, we'll get it right there. By the way, it's a long, long way to Chicago in the summer. So I say, It's a fine, fine day. Which one of us had that last Budweiser? The wind is out to Waveland in the west. Yes, Stremski feels he can go opposite field, so Stroman better throw the next one in his chest. By the way, it's a long, long way to Chicago in the summer, so I say it's a fine, fine day. I take no calls, I am gone off to sing my summer song at Wrigley Field all day long. This holy shrine, frozen in time, we see with the eyes of a child. Was that Willie and Hank, or those beers that we drank to Santo, Kessinger, Beckert, and Banks? By the way, it's a long, long way to Chicago in the summer, so I say it's a fine, fine day. I take no calls, I am gone off to sing my summer song at Wrigley Field all day long. Soon, that silver sliver moon's gonna rise over that right field line like a balloon in the middle of June on a Tuesday afternoon at Wrigley Field. On a Tuesday afternoon at Wrigley Field. On a Tuesday afternoon at Wrigley Field. By the way, it's a long, long way to Chicago in the summer, so I say it's a fine, fine day. I take no calls, I am gone off to sing my summer song at Wrigley Field all day long. All right.
That's great. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight, Bart. Wonderful songs, beautiful imagery, really interesting stuff. Yeah. And up next, we have Jared Rabin, who joins us from Highland Park, Illinois. Jared Rabin is critically acclaimed and award-winning songwriter and multi-instrumentalist based in the Chicago area. We're so glad to have him here with us this evening. And when I asked the question about a musician that he would enjoy connecting with over a cup of coffee, given the opportunity, he said Jerry Garcia, an ultimate guitar hero of his, by all accounts, a very smart and funny guy. And he seemed to have a lot of interesting things to say, and I think that's absolutely true. One of my favorites was when he got into scuba diving pretty significantly, and he said, man, if I had known about scuba diving in the 60s, I never would have needed drugs at all. So that was pretty interesting.
That's so funny. Yeah, even today I was just kind of like getting down an Instagram wormhole of like just watching like short Jerry Garcia clips from like interviews and like funny stuff he said. But yeah, thanks for playing tonight, everyone. Thanks for having me. Everyone's been sounding great.
Yeah, that's great. Take it away, Jared.
Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna do a tune off my newest record called Tunnel's End.
Feels like morning, waking up, remembering what's been lost. Every new day is born of the dark. Is that a light at the tunnel's end? Just a spark. Anxious uncertainty. No one said that this was gonna be easy. Like an ocean breeze. Is that a light at the tunnel's end? Or is it still too far to see? My heart is bleeding. all over my sleeve, and I'm still breathing, but it's getting hard to believe in anything. Is it the beginning or the end? When the sun rises again, a never-ending battle with the dark. Is that a light at the tunnel's end? Just a spark. My heart is bleeding all over my sleeve, and I'm still breathing, but it's getting hard to believe in anything.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to do another one off of my newest record. I realized, like, more than halfway into it, that most of the songs were in the key of D. But, you know, it was too late. I just kept going with it. So, that's, you know, this album has a lot of songs in the key of D. This one I'm going to bring to drop D for you. This one's called Grow Your Own.
Like a seed in the ground, I can't see the light or hear a sound. Reaching up, feel the sun, wondering, am I the only one? 'Cause when you grow your own, it's you alone who will reap what you have sown. If you're afraid to let the light shine in, you'll never know what could have been. It ain't no joke trying to break through. Truth is most never do. There ain't no map, no compass roads. You're looking for the answers, but no one seems to know. So when you grow your own, it's you alone who will reap what you have sown. If you're afraid to let the light shine in, you'll never know what could have been. Thought I'd come such a long way since back in my underground days. might change as the seasons change. Like a tree, my roots keep me in my place. So when you grow your own, it's you alone who will reap what you have sown. If you're afraid to let the light shine in, you'll never know. You'll never know what could have been.
Nice, brother.
Thanks a lot, everybody. Appreciate it. Thank you.
That's great. Do you have like a super short song? Do you want to try and squeeze one more in, like 3 minutes or less?
Sure. All right, I'm gonna get you guys out of the key of D here. I won't leave you there.
You might have trouble deciding between the low road and the high, 'cause this highway that we're riding has never been more divided. Don't be distracted by the shimmer or the shining, 'cause you could find a flaw in most any diamond. You could kick, you could scream from the rooftops and the trees, bring the shining city on a hill to its knees. It's all a matter of pressure and timing. You could find a flaw in most any diamond. Turn back, your information has been hacked. And I guess it turned out that the high road got hijacked. So maybe things aren't always what they seem to be implying. You could find a flaw in most any diamond.
Thanks again, everybody.
Right on, brother.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks so much for joining us this evening. What a delight. So we have a tradition here with these song nights, the Performance Lane song nights that Folk Alliance Region Midwest hosts, Farm. And there's some mystery artists that show up. And so tonight, one of our mystery artists, our first is Carl Solomon, who hails from Portland, Oregon, and we're so glad to have him here this evening. A weaver of new American folk tales, telling stories from moments that people share, and our meeting points are places of commonality. Carl, if you could have a cup of coffee with any musician, living or deceased, who might that be?
I think it would have to be John Prine.
Nice. Any particular reason?
Well, I've always loved his music and the language that he uses. And I love the way that he takes a serious perspective on things, but you're chuckling as you're listening to the perspective and not realizing how many protest songs he's actually written.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, thanks for that. And we'll let you take it away and give us a couple of songs here tonight. Carl Solomon.
Thanks. This one is, I have a new album coming, And I'm hoping for maybe April or March. This song took a long time to write. You were headed south to be warm. Madrid for me had lost its charm. And they called us desperados. We were only vagabonds. You laughed when they called me Alibaba. It was in that mountain town of Gautama. From Marrakesh to Guayaquil, it was always you and me. You said Morocco, I said fine. You said Morocco, oh, I said fine. I walked deep into the desert where the air was dry and colder. A full moon rose over my shoulder. I felt the sand shift in the wind. Backpacks and guitar seem so obscure. You were headed back to Montreal, and I hit the road. I never asked you. I hit the road and never asked you. You said Morocco, I said fine. You said Morocco, oh, I said fine. You said Morocco. Thanks. Had the pleasure of spending 3 months in Morocco a long time ago. And it's it was Jackson Browne's first album that caused me to take a long time to write that song. Because he wrote a great song called Taste of Something Fine. Well, I do a lot of traveling. I do a tour from Portland down through Texas and New Mexico and the West Coast. And I like breakfast diners late at night. I don't like them in the morning, but I like them late at night. Phoebe was a Waffle House waitress. Sam was looking for breakfast and a beer. You heard her singing to the jukebox like she's famous. You could have heard a pin drop. He felt his heart stop. He felt his heart stop. Sam loved playing old country and blues. Phoebe's thinking this is her dreams come true. She sang him crazy and then he knew. You could have heard a pin drop. He felt his heart stop. He felt his heart stop. They were headed home, it had been a good night. Freightliner rolled right into their headlights with a bang and a blast of light. It all went dark, it all went dark. Phoebe loved their magic. Oh, how she's missing him the most. The wind has scattered Sam's ashes, and she's still here, singing with his ghost. She's still here, singing with his ghost. It was the last song of the evening. Phoebe turned and stepped back up to that microphone, 'cause she's still singing. She's still singing. She's still singing with his ghost.
Nice.
That's great. Thank you so much, Carl. Up next, we have Dan Kalkbrenner, and he joins us. He's from Algonquin, Illinois. And we're so glad to have him here with us this evening on this farm showcase night. What have you got for us, Dan? And before we get into that, do let us know if there was any musician, living or deceased, that you could have a cup of coffee with, who that might be.
Well, I like a folk guitar player called Jack Williams. I had the privilege of having a workshop with him down in Arkansas a number of years back, and we had my wife and I had a great time learning to write songs, and so he's quite a guy.
Jack is a dear friend and a phenomenal musician. Great choice. Take it away. What have you got for us this evening?
Thanks, Joe. I got a couple of songs that I wrote. I live right on the Fox River. Algonquin is right northwest suburban Chicago area in Illinois, and right on the Fox River. I grew up just a couple miles upstream from where I live now. So a lot of my songs are about the Fox River growing up, and this is one of them. It's called Winter on the River, and right now the Fox River, it's kind of a slow-moving river, and it usually freezes over in winter. Right now it was froze and thawed and froze and thawed, and I wouldn't go out skating out there now, but this song is about skating on the river and winter on the river. Winter now, the sun barely peeks out. The cold gray skies threaten, but don't slow us about. The river's frozen solid, solid enough to skate. Double socks and laces tied on. Wait. We shoveled the river snow like a path maze. We skated and played tag, it seemed like for days and days. Shore fire to warm frozen toes. As darkness sets, we sat and watched the embers glow. River hockey now with Dad's homemade sticks. We learned to skate with the puck and shoot with a flick. Fast stops and starts till our ankles were so sore. Just one more hockey game till the sunlight is no more. Well, the river, it had no end. We skated for miles and miles up, exploring as kids do, free range from the grown-ups. Skated and skated till our stomachs groaned, the wind at our back and coats wide open, we sailed home. Such a wondrous place for kids to roam. They need freedom to explore and learn things all on their own. To invent new games and rules to please, set them free to make their own. Memories,
Thank you. Well, there's a number of songs about nature and things, and so another river song. Since we're in the middle of winter here, kind of dreaming about summer again, like a couple of other songs were doing the same. So this is kind of anxious to get out on the river again to go kayaking. And so this one's just called Kayaking. Something about water flowing I find that can truly mesmerize my mind. The light sparkling on the river waves tingles imagination in my brain waves. Kayaking the river waterways, paddling down the river waterways, surrounded by glittering water for me, renews my spirit in nature to see. Exploring secluded water lily bays, gliding in to drink the beauty light plays. Kayaking the river waterways, paddling down the river waterways. Quietly slip along the shore, there's blooming wild irises galore. Paddle down lazy hidden creeks, turtles on logs and fish so sleek. Kayaking the river waterways, paddling down the river waterways. Precious moments with a loved one, drifting with the current down the run. Paddle past grassy fields and farms, but it's nice to get home to rest my weary arms. Kayaking the river waterways, paddling down the river waterways. My senses filled and my muscles strained, but another fond memory is framed. There's no finer way to spend a day than kayaking the river waterways. Kayaking the river waterways, paddling down the river waterways. Kayaking the river waterways, Thank you.
Thanks so much, Dan.
Thank you.
Great. And up last, very much not least, Mark Hunter from Petoskey, Michigan. Mark, an extraordinary Scottish singer-songwriter originally from Edinburgh. His songs explore both the differences and similarities between life and landscape and culture in Scotland and in the United States. When asked about a musician that he would love to have a cup of coffee with, he said he would love to connect with John Martin, contemporary Scottish folk artist. I know of John's work. I was delighted to see this. He's no longer with us, but his sound was totally original and completely mesmerizing. He changed the way that Mark listened to music and the way that he played music, expanded for him an understanding of what is possible. And his originality continues to inspire Mark Hunter. Mark, thank you so much for joining us this evening, and thanks for closing us out. Before we do, again, a huge thanks to Farm Folk Alliance Region Midwest, and a huge thanks to Annie Capps, who has been running the tech here tonight and making this all happen. Mark, please take it away. Take us home.
Yeah, a big thanks to Smitty and to Annie and to you too, Joe. Much appreciated. There's a new song called Pray the Moon. Moonlight mist on midnight make-believe, stolen kiss, a fever dream. I'd rather live inside this moonlight mist than any place I've ever been. But it's time to make my mind up. I've been dreaming for too long. I know I'm gonna have to wake up. The moonlight fades before the dawn. Don't leave me roses when the morning comes. Sing me songs to help me sleep. For I'm still burning when the sun goes down. I pray the moon my soul to keep. But it's time to make my mind up. I've been dreaming for too long. I'm gonna have to wake up. The moonlight fades before the dawn. Bring your petals for your feather bed. Bring your garlands for your hair. Bring your kisses for your eyelids. And when I awaken, you'll be there. But it's time to make my mind up. I've been sleeping for too long. Oh, I know that I should wake up. But leave me sleeping if you're gone. I should wake up, but leave me sleeping if you're gone. Thanks so much. So now you have to imagine 16-year-old Scottish people going out in town in Edinburgh in the 1970s. The legal drinking age was 18, which basically meant functionally puberty. So you got a whole bunch of 16-year-old boys meeting 16-year-old girls drunk in downtown Edinburgh. And what's fun about it, to think about, is that really we wouldn't have known what to do with any of the girls if they'd agreed to spend time with us anyway. And that's what this song's about. It's about Friday night in Edinburgh at 16 years of age. It's called Great Expectations. Four likely lads in Edinburgh were heading on the town. A fire of raging hormones has us blazing like the sun. Our collars up our shoulders back, we're strutting down the road. We're cool blue on the outside, but we're ready to explode. 'Cause it's Friday night in my hometown, anything can happen here. My feet filled with euphoria, my belly filled with beer. Still a tenner in me pocket, so everything'll be alright. I got some growing up to do, I wanna do it all, I gotta do it all, I wanna do it all tonight. Well, 16 buses rattling as we head towards Tollcross. I'll admit we had done a nip or two before we left the house. An agony of a wanting that a Friday night inflicts. A hope and desperation in a 50-50 mix. And it's Friday night in my hometown and anything can happen here. My feet filled with euphoria, my belly filled with beer. Still a tenner in me pocket, so everything'll be alright. I got some growing up to do, I wanna do it all, I gotta do it all, I wanna do it all tonight. Well, the mist that's in the Cowgate tastes of cigarettes and beer. No matter what the weather is, it's always damp down here. The bass that's booming out of Sneaky Pete's is rattling me bones. And my walking turns to dancing steps upon the cobblestone. Some kid is banging strings and bannermans trying to play above the crowd. But there's not a band in Scotland who could ever play that loud. But the kid will keep on playing hard until the night is through. He dreams he's down in London town where all the dreams come true. And it's Friday night in my hometown where anything can happen here. My feet filled with euphoria, my belly filled with beer. I've got a fiver in me pocket, so everything'll be alright. I've got some growing up to do, I wanna do it all, I gotta do it all, I wanna do it all tonight. I watch a kid in skinny jeans, a little green around the face. He eat haggis pudding supper just to keep the booze in place. Another kid with ginger hair is dancing at the Tron. She's whirling like a dervish, though her friends are all long gone. Though I'm sure I'm better looking now with every pint I drink. I'm glancing round the tables, wondering what the lassies think. I'm turning up my patter, better turn my charm on quick. 'Cause the girl I've got me eyes upon has eyes for my friend Nick. On this Friday night in my hometown where everything can happen here. My feet filled with euphoria, my belly filled with beer. I've got £2 in me pocket, so everything'll be alright. I've got some growing up to do, I wanna do it all, I'm gonna do it all, I wanna do it all tonight. Well, the night bus isn't coming, so we start the long trek home. Though we failed to woo the lassies, we're still awfully glad we came. But the shortcut through the kirkyard has us peeking left and right for the ghost of Abel Magwitch, who appears each Friday night. Well, I wouldn't tell the others, 'cause they'd only give me grief. But it's not just ghosts and gravestones that I run from with relief. It's that sweet little mystery I'm too young to comprehend. At least until next Friday, when I'll try it all again. 'Cause it's Friday night in my hometown, anything can happen here. My feet filled with euphoria, my belly filled with beer. I got nothing in me pocket, but everything will be alright. I've got some growing up to do. I wanna do it all, I'm gonna do it all. I wanna do it all, I'm gonna do it all. I wanna do it all tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, that was absolutely fantastic, Mark. Thank you so much for taking it home tonight with those two wonderful and really different songs. That was just great, great choices and beautiful stuff. I had a night not dissimilar to that in Ireland recently, but maybe not quite that raucous. There was no haggis involved. So thank you, Mark Hunter, for joining us this evening, and thank all of you very much for being with us. We appreciate it. Farm Folk, if you want to know more about this organization, this branch of Folk Alliance International, you can go online to farmfolk.org, FARMFOLK.org. Again, a big shout out to all of the volunteers and the board of directors for Farm. Shout out to Smitty and to Annie Capps running all of the tech tonight and making it happen. And a special thanks to all of the artists playing this evening and offering their music and their songs and their deep, deep hearts. What an inspiring evening. This will happen every fourth Thursday of the month from now through July. And do check out the farmfolk.org website for more information on peer discussion, conversations, panel discussions, workshops, all sorts of activities going on. And of course, the Farm Conference that will be in Northern Illinois this fall. There are dates on the website. Check that out. And thanks for supporting folk music. Thanks for supporting Farm and Folk Alliance International. And please keep making beautiful music and singing beautiful songs. Have a great night.
Thanks, Joe.